Okay, a short video about the Tecsun PL990x. I have this radio now for about half a year and I think it's a great radio. I would purchase it again. But I figured out two things that in my opinion are very annoying. On the one hand, the ridiculous high power consumption in standby mode, and on the other hand the strange behavior of the volume control depending on the battery charge. Maybe someone can confirm this in the comments. Sometimes the battery only lasts 1 to 2 weeks while the radio is in standby for all the time. And as you can see, at the moment the radio has a current draw of about 6 milliamps. That's about 50 times more than the current draw the manual states, with about 120 microamps for the standby mode. At the end of the video I will show you how you can measure the standby current by yourself. You only need a multimeter and the battery. Another thing is that the volume control depends on the battery charge, I think. Let me show you this. For convenience I power the radio of my lap punch power supply, and it's a little bit noisy, but for demonstration purposes okay. I tuned in the German time standard DCF77 with a little bit of offset for the single sideband modulation. And okay, let's go. Okay. Here's the signal, and now I can turn the volume down. The battery level is the normal state, about 3.7 volts for the battery. That's okay, standard voltage. And when I turn up the volume, it's okay. There's a little hysteresis already. But look what happens if I turn down the battery voltage about 3.5, or let's say 3.6 volt. It's a 3.7 volt battery. Now have a look. Can turn the knob, can turn the knob, can turn the knob, can turn the knob. Yeah. And there's a hysteresis. Low volume, yeah. And it gets worse with a dropping voltage. 3.5 volts. 50% of the volume knob I already turned. This is annoying. Hope the mic on the camera will catch this. Very strange and very inconvenient if you tune through the bands. Okay, now let me show you how you can measure the current draw in standby by yourself. To measure the standby current of your Tecsun radio, you only need a standard multimeter in ampere mode. We have to pull out the battery because measurement has to be done in series with the battery. Current must flow through the multimeter. We lift the battery while the minus pole is still connected to the spring-loaded terminals, and then we connect the probes in series with the plus pole of the battery and the radio. Okay, let's do this. Lift the battery. Still connected to the spring-loaded minus pole. attach the plus pole of the probe. It's a little bit inconvenient to the battery, and the minus pole, the multimeter, to the radio. Plus, no, yes, come on, 5.2 milliamps standby current. Way too high.